importantly for us to remember that what kind of people are we surrounding ourselves with? People that are really going to wait with us until the miracle happens, or people that are going to say, well, I'm sorry, nothing is really happening, so let me wrap you up in grave clothes and put you in the grave. Because this is exactly how big their faith was. Where is Jesus? We just tweeted all over Twitter and Facebook, and we took selfies, and we looked cute. But now Lazarus is dead, and he is no longer cute, and he stinks, and this is just not getting good, and I'm not getting enough likes on my post. That's called low thinking. That's called we gotta come up higher. Rather than announcing to the whole world through Facebook what's happening, we gotta come to Jesus, because if he just gets one like, it's enough. One like from Jesus is enough. But here they are in their desperation, in their hopelessness. Now in that particular situation, they become hopeless. Nothing is happening. Jesus, you're late. You're beyond late, because Lazarus has been dead for 3.5, 4 days. And not only that, we literally helped him get all wrapped up and bundled up and put him in the grave. And it's like almost they were mad and proud at the same time because Jesus was late. Just ask yourself, how many times did I believe God for a miracle and I decided to just take it in my own hands and then not only wrap myself in grave clothes but help everybody else be a part of my grave funeral? And then I want to tell you this, the same people that wrap you in your grave clothes are not going to be the same people that unwrap you. So there are going to have to be some changes that take place. Because it is very easy to find anybody who will agree with you in your misery. But it's very hard to find somebody who will take you out of your misery and say, this is not the end. The grave is not the end, nor it is an option in your life. So whatever you're struggling with right now and you feel like you're in that grave, it's time for you to understand today is your resurrection day. Today is your time to get out of the grave and out of the grave clothes. Because today we're not having a sympathy service. Today we're having a resurrection service. We're no longer going to dwell down feeling sorry for us. We're coming out. Jesus came and all he did is say, where did you put him? Where did you lay him? Just because you feel like God has forgotten you, I want to tell you that is the biggest lie that the enemy could possibly put in your mind. Because he's the one that wants you to hate God rather than hate Satan. He's the one that is the enemy, not your friend. And so at that same time, they're all looking at Jesus. What is he going to do now? And he said, all right, guys, roll away that stone. And then all he did is yell, Lazarus, come forth. Basically, he woke him up. Lazarus was just sleeping. He was asleep with the grave clothes on, and Jesus' voice woke him up. And the moment he got up, he got startled. What am I doing here? Now, isn't it interesting that while you're dead, you no longer hear all the moaning, the groaning, the complaining, anything around you. You're oblivious to what's happening. Well, perhaps that was a good thing because Lazarus, his faith and hearing was not influenced by everybody else's. He was isolated. But when Jesus showed up, he heard the voice of the one that has power to resurrect. He didn't hear the voice of the complaining and the groaning and the moaning, but he did hear Jesus. Jesus' voice is loud enough to penetrate anybody's heart and bring them out of their grave, out of their misery, out of their hopelessness, back into a place of resurrected hope and life. Jesus gets Lazarus awakened, and then he's ready to walk away. Amazing, isn't it? Jesus is not there to post now on Twitter that he got somebody resurrected. He's not there to justify his ministry or calling on this earth. He is so secure in his position because he's so high. He doesn't have to get low to tell everybody who he is. See, when you are low, you gotta justify your position to everybody else. But when you're high, you just walk in that authority. You just show up and the devils tremble. You don't have to tell the whole world who you are. You just are. Lazarus gets up, he's barely walking, and now Jesus said, go and help him get unwrapped. It wasn't Jesus going and unwrapping the guy. It was somebody else that had to go and help him. Who are your friends that you can count on to unwrap you when God speaks? Who are the people that are surrounding your life, and on what level are they? And are they willing to unwrap you even when it stinks? Because he was still coming out of the 4 days being in the grave. He wasn't smelling that great yet. He had to take a shower. He had to get unwrapped. But somebody in our life has to be willing to stick with us in our uncomfortable time when we stink, for them to say, I'm your friend while you stink, and I'm your friend when you're out there on the spotlight.